After 4 days of discussion, we now have new laws on the books. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Faith Woodard.
And I'm Rolly Hoyt. From tax cuts to COVID to schools to sunshine laws, all aspects of what Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders called for have been addressed. And THV 11's Ian Russell joins us here in studio with a recap of the session and how those bills got here.
Hey guys, Governor Sanders told us today she was happy with the results of this session. Of course, there was quite a bit of back and forth from both lawmakers and the public on many of these bills. Still, she says there's plenty to be proud of.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned. Sine die.
4 days, about a dozen drafts, all leading to this room.
Last week when I called this special session, I said we would focus on 3 things: cutting taxes, streamlining government, and protecting our freedom.
Surrounded by legislators and sponsors of bills focused on those points, Sanders signed multiple bills into law. Many of those were what she called for: banning vaccine mandates from the government, tax cuts, and changes to the state's FOIA laws. That last change wasn't a quick process, though, and it wasn't exactly what they started with.
We put something out, we worked with our partners, we're very happy with the result and what came from it.
The differences from the original FOI bill and the one that was signed are clear. This signed version solely focuses on the governor's and her family's safety. Efforts to expand other exemptions in the law met opposition, leading to bipartisan compromise and a slimmed down bill.
I think this has been a very successful week for the democratic process, for feedback from the people, and just success on everything that we came down here to do.
Not everyone could get behind some portions of the FOI bill.
I'm okay with the exception of the retroactivity. I mean, I don't still know exactly why it needed to go back as it did, but I mean, it was not a deal breaker, so to speak, for the majority of us.
State Senator Reginald Murdoch tells me he voted present on the FOI bill, and he thinks there are other bills that still had flaws. Overall, though, his biggest takeaway is the voice of the people.
Whether you were left or right, Democrat, Republican, no matter what you were, you want access to information and you want transparency. And they've seen it as a threat to transparency.
So with bipartisan support for every single piece of legislation that we'll sign today, I think that's a huge victory, not just for those of us standing up here, but frankly, for the entire state of Arkansas.
All right, Ian, this compromise is being characterized as a loss by her opponents. You spent all week up there. You know she plays hardball, and she doesn't like to lose. So is there a chance that this FOIA bill could come up again?
Yeah, no, it's absolutely a possibility. The governor said before that bill signing that she never wants to take options off the table. She also said they always want to look for ways to see what could be changed. So is this a guarantee? No, but it's definitely something that could happen.
And probably something that'll happen between now and April, next April, when the fiscal session is due. Ian, thanks so much.